I'm hopeful that we are going to have a big day on November 5th for the United States and for the world. I think the Republican Party is out in force, and we have a lot of momentum. We're here today at a McCormick for Senate rally, and my name's Robom Merkjurijem. I'm running for U.S. Congress in PA 17, which is an important swing seat in the Pittsburgh area. And we expect big things. Our polling shows that we're winning among independents, that our message of hope and unity and prosperity versus the vision of my opponent and the Biden-Harris administration. And the Harris ticket is a progressive vision and socialist vision that we know results in a lower trajectory for America and for the world. And we can't have that. If you rewind the tape back to 2015 and 2016, the Democrats had a primary where Bernie Sanders was one of the most prominent figures. He wanted a revolution, a political, social, cultural, economic revolution. And over the last 10 years, in the Biden-Harris administration and in the Democratic Party, they've gotten that revolution towards more socialist agenda. So Harris really is stuck. She can't change the positions that she campaigned on in 2016 in their primary, and she knows that the Democratic Party has been co-opted by this far-left progressive movement, a movement that my opponent, Chris Deluzio, is a part of the leadership. It's Summer Lee, it's AOC, it's Ilhan Omar, and that's the movement that we're running against. We believe in free market principles. We believe in freedom. We believe in closing our border and law and order in this country, and those are the things that built this country into what it is, the hope of the world. And so we can't be a friend to our allies until we get our own house in order, and that's what we need to do. The world needs a strong America. The world needs a freedom-loving, democratic republic like America that can put China and Russia, North Korea and Iran in their place, not through war and through force of arms, but through the power of our ideas, through the power of the freedom and liberty that the United States has, and the most dynamic, powerful economy that the world has ever seen. That's created incredible standards of living for the U.S. and across the world. And we want to share that as far and wide as we can. We're in a moment where we're an evenly divided country, and there are a lot of emotions on both sides. I think it's going to be a peaceful day, and I think we need to remind ourselves, just like Nikki Haley talked tonight, not to let the emotion get the better of us, but to fight through policy and through peaceful demonstration and using our voice to vote at the polls. That's how we make change in this country. I think we've learned a lesson since 2020, and I think that this year that we'll have the poll watchers in place, and I think we'll have a better process. I will say, as a state legislator, I helped develop and voted for, and we fully passed an election reform measure that would have tightened things up and made it more secure. But our Democratic governor at the time, Tom Wolf, vetoed it, called it voter suppression. My opponent actually also opposes voter ID at the polls, and he can't explain why, but I think he likes the system as it is, and I think that begs questions. No, I think it'll be peaceful. I would call on Americans, to use your voice at the polls, to vote on November 5th, and let's embrace each other in unity and harmony on November 6th. It's closer than ever. This is one of the most historically close elections in American history, at the top of the ticket, and in U.S. Congress and in the Senate. And so every vote literally matters on November 5th. Well, I think we saw in 2016 and through his first term, impeaching him twice and using any means necessary to distract and distort through the media and through other means. So I think we will probably, unfortunately, see that again. I do think though, that the American people are wise to those tactics. I think the Washington Post coming out with no endorsement, saying that the public does not trust the media anymore, and we need to change that. And so I'm hopeful that we can get back to a point where we have trusted institutions, but we have work to do. It's a historic change where Republican voters now outnumber Democrats in this region of our state, and that we've got a closer gap statewide than we have in modern history. And I think that just shows enthusiasm and that our side is ready to vote.